Hey, good morning. Wake up. Wake up. I'm like that movie, Finding Nemo. Wake up, fishy. Wake up, little fishy. Hey, good morning. Welcome to an early edition of the Daily Dose. I'm going to be in a car. We're doing a little traveling. I'm excited. I'll share with you where we're going, a little day out with the Avens family, and I'll be showing you, probably later I'll be able to share a bit of what we're doing today as a family. Yes, I don't know if you have teenagers, and I don't know about you, but it is hard to get them all together, rally them up. Now, mind you, I only have two. So I have to do this daily dose. I was going to record it and then post it at 8 a.m., but I haven't recorded one yet in 267 episodes, so I'm not going to record this one. So I just chose before our family gets in the car. We have about an hour and a half travel, so I will be traveling during that 8 a.m. daily dose. So I'm going to bring you this edition live. Live here at 6, what are we at, 6:30, 6:40? Anyway, are you there? Fishy, wake up, wake up. Hey, so it just goes to show, like, it really doesn't matter when it comes to losing weight, it really doesn't matter where you start, right? Isn't that the truth? Like, it really doesn't. If you're trying to lose weight, now mind you, as this year comes to a close, maybe you tried losing weight in the past. Maybe you tried a lot of different things. Maybe you didn't try, right? But it really, truly, if we were to really peel back the curtain, if we were to just kind of lay it all out there, even from a coach who has, I know what I believe is the best fit for most people as far as when it comes to, but it really doesn't matter if you're trying to lose weight. It doesn't really matter where you start. The problem is, it's where you finish. Now, a lot of times, where you start really doesn't matter. You can go on any diet that's out there, literally anything that's maybe going to change the path that you're currently on. So let's just say you just eat and you have no sense of how much you're taking in. If you start to pay attention to that, guess what? If you maybe then limit yourself to a certain amount of calories, guess what? You'll probably lose weight. If you go on keto, guess what? You'll probably lose weight. If you maybe join some of the new apps that are out there, chances are you'll probably lose a little bit of weight. If you join a gym, maybe you'll have a little bit of success losing some weight. If you maybe, do what your friend's doing, your neighbor's doing, maybe some sort of intermittent fasting, it really honestly doesn't matter where you start, but it does matter where you finish. And that's my thought for today for you, just something to maybe marinate. I did use that word marinate over in the next, I don't know why I use it, just popped in my mind. To marinate over the next week or two before the new year is asking yourself the question, where you started before, did it really work? And I'll have a lot of people say, yeah, Mark, I did this diet and I did that program and I did Weight Watchers and I counted macros and I tried keto and I did all those things and it worked before. But you know what? Honestly, anything works. If we were just to look at pretty much any diet, you can do everything from a cookie diet there is such a thing as a cookie diet, by the way. You could go way, way back and do like the Atkins type diet, and you could probably lose some weight there too, right? And the reality is you pretty much can try the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of options and you'll lose some weight. So it really doesn't matter where you start. It matters where you finish. Now, I don't know about you, but the way I see it on not a weight loss goal, but on a life, like it's finished. Where I finish is when I die, right? At the end of the day, whether hopefully, God willing, it's not tomorrow or the next week or the next month, I'm hoping to have maybe at least another 40 years. That would be awesome. But I can't predict the future. None of us know when our last day is, but it really matters where you finish. And I say that is the time between now and when you finish, when life is finished. That's what really matters. So wouldn't it make sense to find something that was more of a solution for your weight loss efforts? And I say this because I know so many people that just struggle. They maybe have been struggling for the last 10, even I've met people who have been struggling for 20, 25, 30 years. And it could have been something deep related to something in the past, maybe in their upbringing, maybe their environment, maybe a trauma event, so something like that, right? And when it comes to, hey, and listen, if you're on here, let me know you're coming on live. If you're up early, I'm going to say, fishy, wake up. You remember the movie Nemo? Hey, little fishy, wake up. and she's tapping on the little glass fishbowl. Fishy, wake up. Or maybe she's shaking maybe I need to shake. Here, hold on a second. Let's just shake it. Fishy, wake up. Yes, you're like, Mark, I thought that's just after coffee. No, I get up at 4:30. This morning, we're going to be heading out the door in about 45 minutes, and I'm going to really be excited to share with you where I'm at. Oh, my car just turned off. Let me turn it back on. It just does that automatically. Anyway, all right, let's get back into it. So the question to ask is not so much where you're going to start. It's really where you're going to finish or how you want to finish, right? And it's the in-between. It's the time between now, wherever you're at. If you're 45, 55, 65, and where you want to finish. Do you want to spend the rest of the time asking yourself the question where to start with this weight loss? Do you want to wait until, think about 2021, 2022, 2025, 2030, 2030? That's kind of weird to say it out loud, right? And to think of where you want to be at that point. Now, do you want to still be thinking about where you should be starting? Because if you have to keep asking yourself the question where to start with the weight loss, if you're thinking in the new year, well, what am I going to do? Where am I going to start? Am I going to hire a personal trainer? Am I going to join another gym? Am I going to jump on the bandwagon of cleanses and fasting and trendy diets, or maybe, the hard marketed apps that are out there, or the new latest and greatest piece of exercise equipment for the home? Like, am I going to fall victim? Because if you've gone down that road before and you're still asking yourself, where do I want to start? Chances are, even if you started, the good news is you are still trying. That's the good news. You haven't given up. The bad news is if you're going around kind of the merry-go-round, or you find yourself in the same cul-de-sac that you ended up in last year this time, where you said, man, I said 2020 was going to be the year for me. It was going to be my year of change. And you said that to yourself in 2019. You were saying to yourself, I'll just speak in the third person, Mark, 2018 was going to be the year for change. And then you said that to yourself, 2017 is going to be my year. It's going to be my year. I'm going to take care. I'm going to put everything aside and make my health a high priority. I'm going to lose that 40 pounds. I'm going to take back my life. I'm going to be a good steward for my body, for God. I'm going to be a good representation for my family. I want to be the best that I can be for my children and for the next generation and grandchildren, right? And maybe if you've caught yourself saying that, it's maybe because of where you start, right? Where you start. Again, the reality is, if you actually want to lose weight, what should be in your mind beforehand is wanting to keep the weight off. Does that make sense? So my hopes and desires and goal for you, why I've made it my life's work to help people solve that problem. Because that's the difference between having a problem that keeps coming up. It's like a bad habit, right? If you've had habits, does it sound familiar? Well, it's no different. I think trying diets and where to start, asking yourself that question, is a bit of a bad habit, right? You think of the habits that we have that are getting in the way of us being at our maximum potential. Like, I want for you to be living your life at a maximum potential. Forget whoever, regardless of politics, regardless of coronavirus, regardless of where the world's at. The reality is you and I both know that you can control a lot of things that go on in your life. There's a lot of things you can control, but the problem is we get stuck in that habit. Oh, where do I start? Like, why is weight loss, I'm going to lose weight, the number one New Year's resolution? To lose weight. That's the number one, hands down, year after year after year after year after year after year, is weight loss, right? So I want to come on here just to encourage you. The good news is you haven't quit. That's the good news. The bad news is maybe you're picking where to start, and maybe that's the habit you need to change. Like, wouldn't it be amazing? And this is what I'm excited about, because I've talked to a lot of my students, and now the year, some of them are coming up for the year. A lot of them have started last year this time. And they've made amazing progress all through the craziness of 2020. And their whole bodies are completely different. Their mindset's completely different. Their lifestyle, their choices, well, their lifestyle maybe not so different, but the choices they've made in their exercise habits, their eating habits, like their sleep habits, like so much. Has it been perfect? Obviously not. This year has been far from perfect, but they made a different choice last year at this time. They made the choice to not start that in a place that they knew they were going to end down that cul-de-sac, down kind of in that merry-go-round where you put a little, you get on a little diet, you lose a little weight, you get off the little diet, you put on that weight. You get on the diet, you lose a little weight, you get off the diet, you put the weight back on. Does that sound like a broken record? It is. Let me say it one more time. You put weight on in the holidays, you decide to go on a diet, you go on that diet, you lose some weight, you get off the diet, you put the weight back on, you're disappointed in yourself, you put even more weight back on, here comes another new year. Another new year comes around. Guess what? I'll just wait till the holidays get over. You put weight on in the holidays, you go on a diet, you do whatever is the latest and greatest diet. Maybe even for you, it's joining a gym or hiring a trainer for a couple months, or, you know, being coaxed into believing stuff that you see on TV late at night when you're waking up to get some ice cream out of the freezer and you feel guilty. And then the next thing you know, you're going to go back on that diet. You lose some weight again. You get off the diet, right? You give up, you get off the diet because you realize it's not sustainable. Put the weight back on, you feel bad about yourself again, and it's a bad habit. What's so bad about it isn't that you keep doing it again. What's so bad about it is what's happening in your mindset over time, and maybe the last 10 or 20 years that you've really got stuck. Like right now, you're maybe just at a point where you're just like, why do I even bother? Like, why do I even bother? Like, I know what I need to, I know I need to exercise more. I know I need to eat healthier. I know it's going to take some work and effort. Why do I keep failing? And what that can do is really wreck your mindset, because what it'll do is set you up to fail again on where you start again. And my hopes and desires for you is that you choose different. You choose a different direction. A lot of people chose a different direction last year at the end of 2019. And they chose to come into a program that was providing a sustainable approach to weight loss. In other words, a sustainable approach to weight loss isn't that you're on a diet for the rest of your life. A sustainable approach to weight loss is one that you can learn how to lose the weight while living your life. Like your busy, crazy, messed up life, like mine and everybody else's. Crazy busy, right? And you got teenagers running, and you got jobs and all this stuff, right? All this bills to pay, all those types of things, right? But you decided to take a different direction. And the direction is a sustainable approach, a simplified approach. And that's what I offer. As a coach who's been in this industry for over 25 years, I've worked with enough people to know. Now, my audience, just so you know, if you're over 40 and you're struggling, if you have 20 to 50 pounds of weight to lose, and if you have a few pounds of weight to lose, chances are it's just up and down, and you could probably do that in a couple weeks. Start exercising again, again, kind of going through the whole thing. But if you're like stuck in a rut, this year could be different for you. This year could be the year that you actually find a solution. You get somebody that can come alongside you in the journey. And that's my encouragement for you. And again, I'm not the only coach, but if you do need a coach, what I want you to do is, if you want to actually not just lose weight in 2021, if you want to actually bulletproof your habits, if you want to build a sustainable approach to lifelong success, to get the 20, 30, 50, I've even helped people over 100 pounds. If you're that person that says, Mark, I just have too much weight to lose. I'm 100 pounds overweight and I don't even know where to start. I can say right now that you're listening to this, you're starting. You're listening to somebody who is going to has that encouragement for you to actually maybe take the next step. Now, I'm not saying it's with me, but I'm hoping and praying that you don't take the same steps that led you another year being 100 pounds overweight. And listen, it can. The good news is, the beautiful thing about life is, so long as you have another breath in your lung, as long as you have another beat in your heart, like as long as you wake up and your eyes open at being 6:55 here in the morning, you have another day to make a new choice. And I know there's a new year, and I hope and pray that this is your year for change. And if you need help, I hope you actually reach out. If you want to see if we're a good fit to work together, all you have to do is message me bulletproof. That is the code word. Message me bulletproof. You can send me a private message. I have a lot of people have been messaging me. Yeah, I'm going to wait till the new year. There's nothing special. Let's just dissolve this right now. There's nothing extraordinarily magical. I wish to say if the new year was like to reset. You know, I know in the mind, because again, it's a habit we've built. Every year it's just a reset. No, it's just another day. Today, like you can make like the day that you change your life forever being on, what's the date today? The 22nd, is it? 23rd. Today's the 23rd. So December 23rd, 2020, and it could be the day that you make a new direction, a new path. And that's all I have. Hey, listen, I got to get going. We're about ready to leave. I think I got about 20 minutes. I got to get ready. You're going to be excited to see. Stay tuned today. Keep tuned in because I'm going to be sharing what we're doing today later. I'm really excited. I haven't done this ever before, something brand new. I've never experienced this before. We're doing a little excursion, a little adventure, and come back and check it out later. We'll talk soon.